says, I'm married, but I want you to be my side piece. I will pay you $3,000 a week.
Yes.
Thank you.
I put on tennis shoes and I tie them every time.
Kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Why?
It's kind of weird. Tennis shoes, you tie them once, and then from then on they're slip-ons.
No,
That's that's American law.
No.
What was your technique for using Q-tips?
Oh, no.
Yes. And the whole cotton part came off deep inside my ear. I could probably go most of the episode without sunglasses, but I feel like I would be blind by the end of it. And my eyes are already
Fucked.
in an uncomfortable position in my life. Like by the end of the day, my eyes kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Yeah. I feel that.
Because then I come home and I edit reels.
And you just stare at a computer.
Stare at a computer for even longer.
Yeah.
So it's not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool at all. All right. Welcome back. The Gray Area Podcast.
Yes. I'm Lydia, sitting here with Jamie.
And the ghost of Ben.
The ghost of Ben.
Yep.
So, I think we should start off with a cheers.
Yes. Ben,
cheers.
you missed your opportunity. Sorry.
Jamie's drinking with me.
I am going to slam beers nonstop this entire episode.
Woo! Yes, he is drinking with me.
Yep. It is technically the start of vacation.
Yes, me too.
I'm done till Saturday. So.
Yep, me too.
Much needed.
I'm done till technically Monday.
Nice. Lucky.
Nice.
I couldn't stretch it that far.
I don't have to do payroll. I don't have to do anything. It's lovely.
I did that this week too.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be fun to start off with a funny story.
Okay.
About how I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital the other night. So.
Oh, fuck yeah.
As we talked about a few episodes ago, I brought up, what was your technique for using Q-tips?
Oh, no.
Yes. So the other night, giving myself a good deep cleaning, and the whole cotton part came off deep inside my ear.
Holy fuck.
And like deep inside my ear. I got a brief little glimpse of what it would be like to be like half deaf.
Oh, that sounds so awful.
It was, it was not an ideal experience for 8:30 p.m. at night on like a Wednesday.
Oh, that sounds so bad.
And let me tell you, I didn't know you could get a pair of tweezers that far into your ear.
Oh, yeah.
And I got them in there pretty far.
And you got it out?
Just barely.
God, things with like ears and eyes are not my jam.
It was an exhilarating experience.
Oh my God, were you panicking?
I have been terrified to clean my ears for like a fucking week now.
Are you were you panicking?
For a very, very brief second, yes, I panicked pretty hard because it was like, like when you have like, you don't have like AirPods or anything like that, but like sometimes you use one AirPod more than you use the other one. Like sometimes I'll just put like the right one in. And then like later I'll switch and put both of them in, but the one will die. And it was a lot like that, where all of a sudden you're listening to music and you're hearing it in both ears, and then all of a sudden you're only hearing it in one ear.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
No.
It was fucking something.
That's not good.
It was not ideal.
That would freak me out. Yeah. No. I don't do that.
There was a brief second of complete just like drowning in absolute anxiety. Because I'm like, holy shit.
Oh God.
I need to get this out of my ear, one, because I can't hear, and two, because it's medically probably, not good to just have that stuffed in there,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
How did that even happen?
It must have just been like a shitty Q-tip or something like that. And I was in there, I was cleaning, I was giving her the old twisty twist, and I went to pull out, and all I got was the stick. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
It was, so.
Dude, getting old is a bitch. I was just thinking about this, like, I mean, I know that could happen when you're young, too, but, like.
Yeah. I don't think it discriminates.
No. But, like, I think about, like, I don't know why this week I've had so much, like, hip pain and back pain. I
have all week. I have had a knife in my back.
It's like just this week. Like every time like I get out of the car, I'm like, oh God, like my hips hurt, my back hurts. I'm like, geez, like what is happening to me?
So lately I've just been making little notes of all the weird shit that happens to me on a daily basis. Because I never did that, and I've started doing it now because of this. And I have a note that's just called mimicking.
Oh, it's mimicking.
Like, all right, so you know how like you see people do weird shit like where like when they're trying to communicate with people who like say like only speak Spanish, when they're like trying to talk to them, they like kind of adopt this weird like Spanish accent. They like do weird shit like that, like mimic and stuff like that. The other day I'm at work and this guy walks in and he's got this limp or gimp or whatever, and he's walking over to one of the aisles and he asked me for help, and I walk over there and I'm helping him, and we're both walking back, and I don't know why, but he walked away and started gimping, and so did I, completely unintentionally. And he totally caught it because he watched me walk over perfectly fine, and then like I'm following him back and I'm like doing the weird like gimp thing too. Just I didn't even realize I was
like
unconsciously. It's that like weird eye contact thing. Like what the fuck, man? Like why are you doing this? It's kind of funny, but not that funny. Mm-hmm. And it just like
Oh my God, I don't know if I do that. Have you ever like been talking to someone and then you like are like, I don't know, like I don't do this, but I've seen people do it and it slightly annoys me. But like when you're talking to somebody, then they're like mouthing what you're saying back to them. It's very weird.
No, that is incredibly strange.
Yeah, it's like somebody's like, I don't know what goes on in their brain. Maybe they don't have an inner monologue and it's just like.
Yeah.
You know.
No, can't be friends with those people.
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I feel like you kind of like if you spend a lot of time around somebody, like you can kind of adopt some of their mannerisms,
for sure,
sayings and stuff like that. But
yeah.
No, I don't know why they would like be like repeating it to you like it's like a dubbed Japanese movie.
Kind of, yeah.
That's kind of strange.
But they don't say it out loud. They just like
that's literally like when you watch like a dub. Yeah. It's just their mouth is just moving and the words are like a second and a half late.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's not good.
That's really funny. I'm trying to think of anything weird happened to me this week.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. It was a strange week and a half since the last time we were here.
Yeah. I did lots of driving. I drove to Michigan for my sister's baby shower, so it was just like a lot of
Michigan.
Driving, and that drive is totally fine. It's like 3.5 hours normally, but it's like then if you hit it at the wrong time, you get stuck in all that Chicago, Indiana traffic, and it blows.
Yeah.
And like everything's always under construction. It's been under construction since I swear to God I was born.
That's the highway.
And it's just, like, okay. But I did finish a book, so that was good on my drive, and I started another book. So
books on top of books on top of
it's
books.
All good. It's all good.
Just killing the books one at a time.
Yeah. But we're in July now.
Yes.
Which is my favorite month of the year.
Really?
My absolute favorite month of the year.
I would not have guessed that.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, not at all. Like
Why?
I like
the 4th of July is a great holiday.
That's one day though.
It always ends up being like a weekend. Okay, number one.
All right, so 3 days at most. This year 4 days.
Weather is usually primo. I like all of my bestest friends. Their birthdays are in July. My birthday's in July. Ben's birthday's in July.
Yeah, it's next week. Free Slurpee Day.
He's 7-11 too.
Yeah.
Oh. And I don't know. I feel like July is just like a great month.
That's fine. That's just such a strange month, I feel like.
Well, like your birthday month isn't your favorite month of the year?
No, it's fucking February. It's always cold as shit and
your
nasty
favorite
outside.
Birthday month, or your favorite month is like May. I feel like I've asked you this before.
No, I feel like it would probably be like September or October. Probably more like October. I kind of like that, like when we're like in the mid, like like season change.
October's
like,
my second favorite month.
It's like top notch weather.
Yeah,
you got like Halloween. So, and I'm a big horror movie person.
Yeah, I love. So
that's usually pretty clutch.
Yeah, October's another good month. I know. I keep getting these like funny meme countdowns to like, it's like 67 days till we're in spooky season again.
Oh, we can't be getting that far ahead.
I'm like, oh.
Can't be getting that far ahead.
Maybe it's like 80 something.
We gotta enjoy summer while it's here.
Yeah. I love July. July is just a
bad.
good month.
It's not bad.
It's a great month.
I just, I wouldn't put it like...
It's my fave.
Like top 5. I mean...
It's not in your top 5?
I don't think so. It has like one cool day. That's it.
And my day of birth.
Okay, so 2 cool days. More like 1.5.
There's 31 days in July.
1.5 cool
So it's
days.
A nice long month. It's lovely.
That's all right.
You know what I really liked about it this year? The first day of the month started on a Monday. That was lovely.
That is very satisfying for people with OCD.
It was very satisfying.
I feel like they really enjoy that. Yeah.
I redid my calendar on my whiteboard in the kitchen, and I was like,
that is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
When you see that first Monday starts with a 1, and it's not some fucking like the 28th or some horse shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I could get past. It's still not pushing it into the top 5, but I could get that.
Okay.
All right. What else do we want to start with?
I don't know.
Here's a random thought I had the other day. You know who I think is really weird? People who tie their shoes every time they put them on.
Okay, well, what type of shoes?
I'm just talking regular old, like tennis shoes.
I tie my tennis shoes every single time I put
them on,
but I don't wear them every day. I would say 80 to 90% of the time I wear shoes that don't have ties. It's just when I go on a walk or to the gym or something, I put on tennis shoes and I tie them every time.
Kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Why?
It's kind of weird. Tennis shoes, you tie them once, and then from then on they're slip-ons. No, that's American law.
No, your skater shoes, like your shoes that you're wearing now.
These are not skater shoes. These are actually old people shoes that are very comfortable.
Are they Brooks?
No, they're Skechers.
Oh, okay. Well, either way. Those, sure, but if you're wearing do you wear those to the gym?
Sometimes.
What do you wear to the gym?
Either these or Adidas.
But you're Adidas then. Do you tie them when you put them on fresh?
I tied them when I got them, and that was it.
Oh.
That's the way you do it. That is the appropriate way to do it.
No, I tie them every time.
The only type of shoe that you tie every time you put them on is boots. That's it. Ask anybody. Walk down the street, ask 5 people.
Okay.
They're all going to say the same thing.
That is a weird concept to think about, but
it's the way my mind works.
I disagree with you.
It is just the type of shit that scrolls through my mind.
I don't wear shoes with ties very often, but when I do,
I'm kind of cheating because these are definitely just slip-on shoes.
You fuck.
No, but seriously, you tie them once the day you get them, and that's it. You're done. You just slip them on every time. Yeah.
What if you can't slip them on?
Why can't you slip them on? They're made for your feet. If you put them on, tie them to your feet the appropriate way, you can slip them on and off.
No. My workout shoes, I tie a little tighter.
No, you can't be doing that. That's bad for your feet.
Why?
You're going to hurt your feet.
I have flat, long, skinny feet.
Good for swimming.
Yeah, but I tie them every time.
No, you can't be doing that. That's just weird.
I can't be running on a treadmill and whatever and have my shoe come loose.
I'm not saying to loose tighten them like you're doing it with one hand, but you tie them appropriately. Not you don't want to snug them down to where your leg is starting to change colors.
No, I don't do that.
And then when you pull on the tongue, you can slip your foot out.
No, I don't like that.
That's
I just don't like that. I just want to clean tie them every single time.
It's kind of weird.
That is a weird thought, but no, I thoroughly disagree with you. I think it's weird if you don't tie your shoes every
I'm
single
telling you,
time.
there's going to be a lot of people that are like, yeah, you just tie them once
Okay.
and slip them on and off. That's the way to do it.
We need Ben here for the tiebreaker.
He might be wearing slip-ons too.
He's probably like me and wears slip-ons most of the time.
He might be. I'm wearing slip-ons right now. So
Nobody wants to tie shoes.
exactly. You don't have time for that. It's a busy life. You got a lot of stuff going on. You can save at least 30 seconds every time you put shoes on.
Yeah.
That adds up.
I saw something the other day. Do they even teach kids to tie shoes now?
No, I think they all just get Velcro and football helmets now.
Yeah. Like, I think that's weird. I saw a funny meme the other day, and it was like, we should just change the world to being like in cursive and something else. And I can't remember what it was. And it was like, and watch the Gen Zs just flip out.
The entire collapse.
Because I'm pretty sure they weren't taught cursive in school.
No, they got rid of that a couple of years. Actually, I think it might have been like pre-pandemic they got rid of all that. The cursive and like analog clock stuff.
Which is wild.
I mean, how often are you reading a regular clock?
I mean, I feel like it's a basic skill that needs to be learned.
Yeah, I mean, you should know it, yeah. But like, I feel like anybody that you see with like a regular watch, like they're not like most of the time it's like a jewelry thing. Like it's really not there.
I mean, at
for
the
time.
hospital,
It's just there to look nice.
We still have regular analog clocks everywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like I feel like if you have a big circular clock on the wall that's digital, you just kind of look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody in every patient room is an analog clock.
Yeah. But does it still have the little thing on it?
No.
Oh, it's old school.
No.
Wow.
None of them do.
Nice.
So, I don't know. I feel like it's a skill that still needs to be taught.
I really don't think it's that hard to teach. I don't know why we phased it out.
I don't either.
Then again, I have met this up-and-coming youth, and it's a little scary.
It is a little scary.
It's pretty terrifying.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything this week? Like House of the Dragon?
I haven't watched the third episode, but I have also been cheating. So I have been also rewatching Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, not House of the Dragon?
I have been watching them simultaneously.
Oh.
So I am like halfway through season 6 of Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I have not watched. I watched the first and the second episode.
Okay.
I have not seen the third yet.
The third episode is juicy.
That's what I've heard. I've seen a lot of
it's good.
No context memes about stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
It sounds like the stupid red-haired bitch finally realizes that she's wrong, because she is.
Alicent?
Yeah, nobody should be team green.
Yeah, Ben's full of shit.
Absolute craziness.
Yep. No.
That he chose that.
We can stand against him. I'll be team black.
Yeah, she is 100% in the wrong.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Fully.
Wild.
Yeah.
But since I have been rewatching Game of Thrones, which honestly, in my opinion, is better than House of Dragon.
Okay.
That's kind of hard to argue that it's not.
Right.
But it is.
Okay.
I was kind of wondering, and it kind of sucks that Ben's not here for this, because this is kind of a male-directed question. It's hard to determine who's the hottest female in that show.
Well, what are our options? Like, Sansa?
Yeah, she would definitely be in the running. I don't think she's the one.
I'm trying to think back on Game of Thrones. You're watching Game of Thrones right now.
So there's Sansa, Marjorie, Tyrell.
Oh, Tyrell.
Who marries Tommen.
Yeah.
Obviously Daenerys, who's probably number 1.
Okay.
But I feel like a dark horse is Melisandre, the red woman.
Oh.
She was, since rewatching this, I'm like, wow.
You mean as Alicent?
No. The one who played the witch that brought Jon Snow back to life.
Yeah. Melisandre or whatever.
Yeah. I don't remember what her last name or title is. But I was like, whoa. I don't remember her being that fucking hot.
Maybe it's because you were a little younger when the show originally came out.
Wow. That wouldn't matter.
I mean, your 24-year-old, 25-year-old brain versus your 35-year-old brain.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like my taste is still, for the most part, the same.
Okay. I think Daenerys wins.
I think you're probably right too, but it's a close.
But I love Emilia Clarke.
It's
like
a
as
close,
an actress, she's so good.
Yeah, it's
She's
a close
so good.
race.
She's so good. I mean, I don't even know. I guess Alicent in House of the Dragon.
Oh, by far.
I like the I don't know what they're all Rhaenyra's family.
That's what happens when you're
It's very confusing.
keeping it in the house.
Yeah, it's all very confusing. But yeah. No, I think I don't know. I'm liking House of the Dragon.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying Game of Thrones is better.
Game of Thrones does win.
Yeah,
for sure.
But it's just the storytelling, the character development. Like rewatching it now, like I really forgot how good Theon's character story is. Like it's probably one of the best character arcs in TV.
Yeah, Theon.
Like hands down.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with that.
Goes from being this shitbag asshole to like the biggest bitch you've ever seen on TV, period. And then like becomes this just like redeeming hero who like dies in the coolest way possible.
I still love Sansa Stark, man. I will stick with that until the end of time.
She's all right.
She is my fave.
She's all right.
She's my fave. Nope.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think if I had to pick a Stark woman to be like the coolest, it would be Arya. She's just cooler.
I mean, Arya's character is cool. Don't get me wrong, but she like maybe it's because I'm an older sibling, like an older sister. Like she just reminds me of like the little twerp. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
That's kind of what she is. Yeah.
It's like the youngest sibling always is like me. I don't know.
I just love that she weighs as much as a football, but she thinks that she can kill anybody she walks up to.
Yeah, I mean, I like her character. I don't dislike her character.
Yeah.
I just don't like her character more than I like Sansa's character.
Sansa was all right.
All right. Well, okay, you got to watch that next episode of House of Dragon.
I think that's the plan for the days off.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anything else you're gonna watch on your days off?
Probably keep plugging away on Game of Thrones. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't even started editing the episode for this week.
Great job.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Good job.
So that'll probably take up most of tomorrow.
Okay.
But no, it's probably just try to get to the end of Game of Thrones.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good plan. What else you got over there in your little bullet points?
Let's see, we did that. Another interesting thing that I scrolled across this week is apparently Walmart, who we have talked about many times, is going to convert all their stores to like digital electronic price tags, which I think is like the shadiest thing in the world.
How is that going to work?
So basically, like on the shelf, like the whole front of the shelf, like where the sale tag would be, it'll just be like a digital screen, and it'll just display the price below the product and like what the product is. And I think all that's going to do is lead to,
What's the purpose?
I think I think secretly, so they say the purpose is because it's going to help them track that. It was some bullshit answer they gave. It was like going to help them track inflation better or some kind of stupid shit or control pricing or something like that. But I think what's going to happen is it's going to be like, it's been 95 degrees the past 5 days. A case of water, instead of being $3.69, is now going to be $4.99. I think it's just going to help them like kind of squeeze surge pricing into things without people really even realizing.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't shop at Walmart, but
no, neither do I. But I know Ben's a big pro Walmart.
Yeah.
person. Makes sense. I mean, he's Team Green, so.
Makes sense.
It does.
That's really interesting. I mean, I feel like the days of just like going to a store and shopping are going to be so different in the next 2 years anyway, that it's like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a firm Aldi and Costco shopper. Like, those are my two places that I shop for groceries. And Costco, you can get anything there.
Well, yeah. Costco is, yeah.
But Aldi is my other go-to. I don't really go anywhere else. I try to avoid going to the Jewels.
No, Jewel is like, that's got to be the most overpriced grocery store there is.
Yeah, I try to avoid it. So.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the shopping days are going to be very different very soon.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I like the pickup grocery or the like delivery grocery, because like then you know exactly how much everything is on your app, like before you hit checkout.
Yeah.
And so it's like, for me, I can like play around and be like, ho, Lydia, you just put $286 worth of things in your cart. Let's go back and review.
And you got 7 things.
Like, let's go back and look
we don't
and
need
see,
that.
like, what were you just clicking away at there?
So, you know what's funny is, like, I think if most grocery stores were smart, they would not have that at all.
I know.
Because you're losing so much money because, like, everybody who goes to the grocery store leaves with at least 10 things more than they actually went there for.
Well, and it's funny because like I went to the grocery store over the weekend. I went to an Aldi, and like the first aisle, like I grabbed a bunch of stuff, and then by the time I got to the last aisle and I was getting what I actually needed, I was like, ooh, I don't really need any of this stuff. Like, I'm gonna put it back.
I don't need half this cart.
And like, so I handed it to my brother, and I was like, go put this all back. But yeah, I mean, like I even do that while shopping though.
Yeah.
But I like the online like pickup grocery, because then it's just like I feel like I have a little bit more like control over my budget. Yeah. It's wild.
It's something. I've never done it. I always just raw dog the grocery store. I just go in there and get my stuff, and whatever extras I end up with.
Yeah. So you know what we shouldn't talk about on here, but we should talk about on here? Just at a like not political, like high level. Have you did you watch at all the presidential debate?
No.
But you've seen enough memes.
I've seen memes, yes.
Woof.
I mean, I'll tell you what, season 26 of America, lit. It's we are well on our way. The Roman Empire is falling.
For sure. The memes that have come out, I just like, there's one that it's like somebody put like, all right, other countries, please stop tuning into our family drama. Like, please shut it off now.
They're loving it. They're loving it.
Oh God, it's so bad.
You know what's so funny about this whole fucking thing?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not to pick sides or anything, but like if the Democrats had just like sucked it up, like instead they would be at the end of the Trump reign right now.
Yeah.
Which is like they want him out so bad. Like, but if you had just like sucked it up and dealt with it, like it'd be over.
I know.
And then you could actually maybe put somebody in place who could like really do something instead of like the skeleton man that you buy from Home Depot for Halloween.
Yeah. Dude, just thinking about it from like a clinical perspective, like if President Joe Biden was in a hospital trying to make his own decisions, I feel like somebody would do a mental status exam on him. Yeah. And he would fail drastically.
I'm amazed they haven't done it yet.
Well, the talk on the street is they don't want to do it because they don't want Kamala Harris to be the president.
Yeah, well, you picked her.
I just can't. Like, the whole thing, it's like, can we please pick somebody under the age of 50? Like, can we just pick somebody under the age of 50 who has at least had 15 to 20 years of experience
in politics,
who has like a moderate, normal head on their shoulders that can institute change?
Yeah, no.
Like, Out with the freaking whole Senate, the whole Congress, anybody, there needs to be age limits on all of that. If you are over the age of 70, you are out.
Yeah.
Like, they should be at retirement age too. Like, they shouldn't just get to work until they're 80, collecting all this money. Like, I can't. It's so bad.
I don't want to, so personally, I don't think I'm going to vote. But I just don't see how anybody in their right mind could vote to put Biden back in there.
I know.
I just, like, after the way things have been, and you can say whatever you want to say, like, I could give two shits about politics.
Yeah.
But if you look at where we were at when he took over, granted, he took over in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
To, like, where we're at now.
I know.
It ain't good.
I know.
It ain't good.
It ain't good. Yeah.
Well, did you see, since we're on the topic of this, politics, did you see that I saw the Supreme Court passed for multiple states, maybe all of them, I didn't read the whole thing, to basically criminalize homelessness?
Oh, I did see something.
So now, like people can't, like, they can't sleep outside homeless, so like, well, what's that gonna do? Like, you still gotta put them somewhere.
In the jails
that are already filled with people because we stock the shit out of them. I wish I could remember the percentage, but our incarceration rate compared to the rest of the world is fucking bonkers. It is unfucking believable.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing too is, like, as somebody who deals with the homeless population on a day-to-day basis, there is just not enough. There's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, there's just not enough. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, unless you're going to, like, double, triple your funding for the community resources of shelters and things like that and housing resources, there's not enough. And unfortunately, most of those individuals that are homeless also have severe mental illness.
Yeah.
And, like, there's nowhere for them to go either. And so it's like they get on this cycle and they have severe mental illness. And then when they're discharged from the hospital, they get a little bit managed on their meds. We have nowhere for them to go. So they go to a shelter and then they don't get their meds. And then it puts them, like, it's a vicious cycle.
And then they find Uncle Fenty.
So it's like, yeah, it's like, unless you're going to, by criminalizing this, what are you going to do to put in place as a potential solution to the community resource issue?
Nothing.
And the answer is nothing, because there's no money anywhere.
Yep.
Because our money keeps going to places that are not the United States.
Yep.
I just, like, as a social worker by practice, like, it's not out there.
It's wild.
Do you know how many people I have to, like, literally say, go outside? Like, do you have to leave the hospital? Like, you're discharged. You can't stay here.
Yeah.
And how many refugees did we just bring into this country? I mean, we're seeing a huge issue with resource availability for refugees, and they have these tent camps. So, like, are those people who are technically homeless who live in tents, like, are they going to be criminalized?
Yep.
Because they're coming over here as refugees seeking asylum, but there's nowhere for them to go.
Yeah.
And the reason that we have such many more homeless people in this world, in our country, is because there's I could go on this for hours. And it's funny because, like, my foundation as a social worker is providing people the resources. Like, you can give somebody all the resources in the world, but they have to be willing to help themselves.
Yeah.
And, like, I will help you help yourself, but, like, I'm not doing it for you. Like,
Yeah.
I will lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. And the problem is most of those people, they get stuck in the cycle because of so many other issues.
Yep.
And there just aren't enough resources.
Yeah, I think I thought I saw some lady who, like, does something similar to that. She, like, helps basically take people out of homelessness, and she said, like, it usually costs, like, around, like, 20 grand to pull somebody out of homelessness.
Yep.
And that's even if they, like, stay the path. most just end up, it's like addiction. Most just end up falling right back into the cycle.
Because we're not helping their underlying issues.
Yep.
I don't know. Criminalizing it isn't going to do anything but fill the jails.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have more of an overpopulation issue in the jails that we already do.
They'll start building more.
It's like...
Be more for-profit prisons.
And I mean, going to jail for somebody who's homeless, who does not get their medications regularly or things like that, maybe isn't the worst thing. No. But I feel like those need to be the severe cases of those individuals that are a harm to society, right? Because there are those mental health homeless patients that are a problem, right? Yeah. Those people are appropriate to put in jails or institutionalize in some respect. But, just your Joe Schmo veteran who has PTSD, anxiety, and on top of that, can't afford anything because they can't hold a job because they're a little bit schizophrenic because of their past history. That's not the appropriate person to put in jail.
Nope.
They served our country at one time or another and now have had crazy side effects, and everybody's like, well, the VA hospitals, I'm like, oh,
are garbage.
They're garbage.
Absolute garbage.
And they're not if you work the system, but it's really hard to work the system. And it's really hard to work our healthcare system, especially when those older adults that are homeless end up in the hospital and they have Medicare and they have Medicaid and they have resources for us to find them placement and things like that. But it's really, really hard for them to do that on their own. And it's not until they get in a bad situation where they end up in the hospital for something medical where we help them navigate that. There's not enough resources for the community before we get to that point. And then, oh God, Jamie, I could go on forever about this. This is right up my alley.
I'm going to need another beer.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, and each state has a different approach of how because a lot of the programs are state funded. So there are states that are doing a better job than others.
Yeah.
We live in a state that as blue as they are and as liberal as the Chicagoland area is, we really do a piss poor job with our community resources.
That doesn't surprise me. The state kind of sucks.
Right. There are other states that do a much better job. That have much better programs, and they try, right? But there's no funding. Our government in Illinois, specifically in the Chicagoland area, is very corrupt. And I mean,
the last 3 or 4 of them have all been arrested. So
yeah, so it's just kind of sad, to hear that is a Supreme Court ruling, because I think it's going to do more harm than it is going to do good.
That's how we do it nowadays.
And
that's how we do it.
I get for those states and those communities where the homeless population is
like LA.
Well, but it's primarily taken up by drug addicts, right? I think about Portland, I think about some of the West Coast states that their homelessness population is overrun by drug addicts because it's not illegal to do drugs there, or they have, criminalizing that is really not criminalizing homelessness. It's criminalizing the use of illegal drugs. And that makes a little bit more sense because they are a danger to themselves and they are a danger to other people. Because they usually have some secondary mental health stuff along with the drug abuse and the homelessness. But a majority of homeless people are just mental health people that have burned all their bridges with their family because they didn't get the right help. Okay.
I'm just going to let you keep going.
I could go on for a very long time.
Yeah, I could tell.
I actually sound intelligent on this episode.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we got real serious there.
I know, sorry.
It got real serious.
Yeah. There's some other stuff do you remember that DCFS case a while ago? In the northern area of Illinois where the kid was found dead in a cornfield, buried in a cornfield by his parents, and his parents were convicted?
No.
And they also tried the DCFS social worker.
I don't. I remember the one that was the child, which I think was a baby, was missing, and they ended up finding it under the couch. That was probably 6 or 7 years ago.
No, this was a little bit more recent than that.
No.
Well, they just tried and convicted the social worker, and she's spending time in prison. And I have lots of opinions about that. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Because similarly to the police, or similarly to the fire department, or similarly to the nurse that got convicted at Vanderbilt, like similarly to all those things, is they're helping professions there aren't enough resources as it is. And then to criminalize, like, it would be one thing if they just stripped her of her license.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You're stripped from your licensure and you cannot practice, social work in the state of Illinois. Okay, great. She can find another path. Right.
Yeah.
She professionally did not follow policy and procedure, and she professionally made a judgment call on her licensure that resulted in death. Okay. I get that. I totally get that. But to criminalize it and make her spend time in jail rather than it just being a professional slap on the hand, right? Taking away her licensure or something, but like a professional disciplinary action. By criminalizing it, you are scaring people into a profession that already doesn't have the resources. Who the fuck is going to go now and work for DCFS? I'm not.
I wouldn't.
I'm not putting my livelihood on that. And I have been a practicing social worker for more than 10 years.
Well, we are a very, America is a very, somebody has to be at fault country in every situation.
The parents are at fault. The parents who killed their child are the ones at fault, not the DCFS worker who has a caseload of 100+ people. Kids who she has to make home visits on, also while getting new cases and having to go to the hospital for urgent cases. And oh God, I was so livid when that ruling came out. I was like, wow, way to fucking shoot yourself in the foot, state of Illinois. Way to do that.
It's Illinois.
And now it's like more states are going to probably follow. And it's like, what about the states that have even higher numbers of caseloads? Like, it is physically impossible for somebody to keep an eye on that many kids at that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's like the parents are the ones at fault. They should be convicted and they should go to jail.
That's why not everybody should be able to reproduce.
It's like, shit, give them the death sentence. I don't even care. But the social worker should have just gotten a professional. Yeah. Whatever.
Just you can't.
It's like, what do you do if a firefighter EMT fucks something up? They don't press charges on him. They just.
They have in certain situations.
I know, but it's like, no, you just.
Yeah.
It's already detrimental enough that they're losing their livelihood. It's like, but don't criminalize it.
We always gotta pin it on someone.
Yeah, I could go down a deep rabbit hole there.
Well, I need another beer after your serious rant there of
I'm not
the highest level of terrible things.
Oh, I just hit the table. Sorry. Wow, you're having 2 beers?
I am. I plan on
so proud of you.
Sleeping like a baby tonight. All right, we're going to transition to a much more serious topic.
I hope you're joking.
So I saw a question the other day that I thought would be a good question to present you with.
Me.
Yes,
okay.
You specifically.
Okay.
So if you were single, no Joe, nothing, you're just out there doing your thing.
Where's
living
this question
life.
going?
Hang on. Just roll with me here. And you could either preface it at the age you're at now or when you're younger. Say you're out having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
A older, wealthier man approaches you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hit it off. You're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
He's flirting. However rich people do it.
How old?
I'm at we'll say he's in his late 40s, early 50s. We'll say early 50s. He's like 53.
Okay.
And he says, you guys really hit it off. You have a good time. He says, I'm married, but I want you to be my side piece. I will pay you $3,000 a week.
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. I just needed to hear yes.
Yeah, for sure.
$3,000 a week. Don't tell my wife. I don't want my wife or the kids to know. I just want you to be my woman on the side.
Ooh.
$3,000 a week cash.
I don't know. That gets a little sticky, though. It feels morally icky about the wife and the kids.
It's a tough economy right now. Inflation's really high. Rent's really high. $3,000 a week. That's a lot of fucking money.
It is.
And you probably only see him maybe a couple times a month.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll take you on nice vacations.
I probably would.
That's all I needed to hear.
I am morally gray.
Yep.
It's
yep.
fine.
I'd do it.
Right?
I'd do it.
A man?
We need to be talking more like $50,000 a week if it's a man.
Oh, okay.
But if some rich old lady came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm married.
You wouldn't suck
I
some
have
dick
I have
for...
3 kids, and my husband is an ex-Navy SEAL. I'll pay you $5,000 a week to be my side guy." I said, "Yeah, I'll risk it.
Yeah.
I'll risk it."
Yeah. Especially if you hit it off with them and it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not?
You're hopefully never gonna meet them.
Yeah.
To begin with.
I'm morally gray, so sure.
I don't understand why anybody would say no.
They have very different morals. And the cheating
I think
thing.
we need to go to the local church and ask this question.
Yeah, I think the cheating thing might trip some people up.
But they sought you out.
Well, yeah. But it's still like the cheating thing, like where they're cheating on their spouse. Some people, that might be the whole.
But what if it's just because his wife is a total bitch?
I know, but then get divorced or separate.
He doesn't want to give her the money. Either way, he's got to give her money.
When you legally separate?
Oh, I'm sure he still has to pay her something.
Yeah.
Knowing the way things work. We just talked a lot about people getting shit they shouldn't be getting.
Yeah, I'd probably do it.
All right. Good.
For sure.
I was going to be real upset if you said no.
Yep, probably would.
Good. You got to look out for number 1.
For sure.
Yep.
What about your dating profile? Are there any more swipey swipes?
I've been doing it here and there, but no, not really.
That game was fun. I enjoyed that game.
It was a decent time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I actually went back and listened to the episode, and I counted. I did beat Ben by 1 point.
Oh.
Ben, I beat you by 1 point.
We might have to do a rematch.
We were tied, and then Ben was in the lead, and then I came back and won it.
Got him. Yeah, we might have to do a
rematch.
Do a rematch.
Yeah.
I'll have to set it up though, so we can like play it on a screen, because I feel like that would be a lot easier.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I feel like I know you pretty well, so I'm happy that I won that.
He was getting you there at the beginning.
No, I was winning at the beginning, and then it was tied.
Because I thought he got like the first 4 or 5 in a row or something like that.
No, he messed up.
Oh man!
I went back and listened, and I counted on my fingers in the car.
On your fingers.
I was like, "All right, Lydia won."
You didn't have to move to the toes.
Did not.
That would have been tricky because you were driving.
I was driving.
That would have been very tricky.
Yeah. So.
Right. Well, I'll have to set up another round. I'll start developing a little cachet of.
You should, because it was a lot of fun.
Of profiles and such.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anything else over there on your little bullet points?
What else do I have on here?
I love when Jamie comes prepared, and I do not.
Oh. I'm gonna save that one story for the end, but so I like to stumble across the little diamonds in the rough on Instagram. I've had many flings. The Bums and Drones account was pretty good, where a guy just harasses bums with a drone.
That's what you're talking about diamonds, like weird accounts,
like good
accounts.
It got pretty good with the golf chicks there for a while.
That was annoying.
A lot of hobby horsing.
What's hobby horsing?
It's those like stuffed horse heads that are on like sticks. It's like that, but people do competitions. Like they're actually riding a horse.
You did go through a period of time.
I sent so many of them to my sister that it ruined her algorithm. But my newest one, and it is probably my favorite so far, it is called Mug Shorties. And it is just mug shots of hot women who just got arrested. And it says what they got arrested for.
Hell yeah.
It is.
You got to send that to me.
I'll start sending them to the group chat.
Okay.
It is so much fun.
That's funny.
I'm amazed at the amount of incredibly hot women that do some insanely hard drugs. Like a lot of heroin. A lot of heroin. I didn't think you could look that good on heroin.
Yeah.
Usually that kind of affects the appearance a touch.
It does, but there are factors. How often, how much.
They must still be moisturizing or something.
Heroin is not a poor person's drug.
No, but I mean, maybe they're getting that side piece money.
Maybe.
From someone.
Maybe.
You get a lot of money. You get a lot of heroin for $3,000 a week.
$3,000 a week? God,
that's a lot of fucking heroin.
So great. Not heroin.
Well, you don't want to be doing $3,000 for the heroin a week.
No.
Maybe $1,500.
No, but
yeah, $3,000 a week. That'd be comfortable living.
Sure would. That's like 4 weeks in a month.
It's like 100. Was it like 160 grand a year or something like that?
Is it?
Yeah, well, 52 weeks in a year.
Wow.
Math.
I don't math.
I'm
a social worker.
I don't math.
I don't math. I don't do any of it.
It's good.
Yep.
But I'll start flooding.
Okay.
Flood
the group chat. I just went on a rampage the other day and finally started sending stuff back.
I noticed.
I don't know.
I noticed.
I was like scrolling. Well, I was watching all of yours and I was like, all right. I got to start sending some back.
This is so fucking stupid.
And Rayanne's were pretty funny too.
They've been all right. It's mellowed out a lot. It used to be a lot more aggressive.
It has mellowed out.
It's kind of mellowed down just a touch.
But now that we're saying that, Ben's going to start amping it up again.
Probably.
Or you will.
He's probably the most consistent.
You two send the most fucking stupid, ridiculous shit. Like, sometimes I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't even get it. Like, I sent one the other day, and I don't even get it. I think Rayanne was the only one that acknowledged it, and I thought for sure it was going to be a real hit. Let me see if I can find it here. Where'd it go? Is it buried?
It was like yesterday, so it shouldn't be too buried. It hasn't been a whole lot sent in. It was the most disturbing individual I've ever seen in my life. Oh.
Let me see.
This isn't it, but I forgot I sent this yesterday.
What? I saw that. I just was like stuff like that. I just shake my head.
Just like, why do I associate myself with these people?
I just shake my head.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, yes. Rayanne was the only one that acknowledged this. How terrifying would that be? It's not a filter. That's a real face.
Holy shit.
That's $3,000 worth of heroin right there.
Her eyes are bulging out of her head.
Yeah, her thyroid is about to exit her body.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm done, bitch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even watch that. Sometimes I scroll past them.
You never appreciate me and Ben's art.
I don't.
Ever.
I'm sorry.
We work so hard.
I thoroughly apologize.
Man, just the disrespect.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. All right. We got anything else?
So I have one more weird story.
Oh yeah, you said you had a story
from this is all in the last week, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I don't believe in the whole Mercury Gatorade thing, but
Mercury in retrograde.
Yes, whatever they call it.
Well, we did switch into Cancer season.
Sure, whatever you say.
Okay.
So the other day, I'm doing what I do more often than I care to admit. I am pulling into the Chipotle parking lot to get dinner on the way home from work. And as I'm pulling in, there is a guy pulling out of his parking spot. So I pull in as he's starting to pull out. I get out of my car, and I'm about dead level with him as he smokes the fucking car behind him with his car. Just absolutely smokes it. And I stop, and we make eye contact, and I shit you not, he goes, and drives away. I was like crying in the middle of the Chipotle parking lot, laughing my ass off, and he just the fucking sped off.
That's horrible.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I mean, that's horrible. So actually, something like that similar happened last week to us too.
Really?
Yeah. So we were at a friend's house for their son's birthday party. And of course we lingered afterwards, like us and another couple, because like the three couples all hang out all the time. So it's like way after the party's over. At this point, like the guys had had a couple drinks, like the girls are all just like chit-chattering and whatever. And I back out, and Joe and I had drove separate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pull away. So the way that it's like parking in, my friend was in the driveway. Joe and I were both on the street.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in front of their driveway, like the direction that I was going to be going, and Joe was in front of their driveway, but the opposite direction. So Joe and I were like across the street from each other.
Yeah.
So my friend in the driveway starts up his giant ass truck, which is also a work truck. And I'm like, oh shit, he's going to hit me. Like if he tries to back out, like I got to go. So I pull away and I get like past 38 in Elburn, and Joe calls me and he's like, dude, did you see that? And I was like, no, see what? Like I'm already like past the Walgreens. Like what are you talking about? And he's like, dude, so-and-so, I just watched so-and-so back into someone's car. And he's like, and I swear it's my friend's brother's friend who was also at the party. He's like, I swear it's her car. He's like, he just like ran it over with his truck.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, and then he just drove away.
Nice. That's the
move.
move.
I was like, Joe, I was like, did you call him and tell him to go back? Like, what if that's her car? Like, that's horrible.
If you hit a car, you know you hit it.
Right. Oh, no. He did the whole, like, and ran.
No, he knew he hit it. He knew he hit it.
So Joe called him, and he ended up going back there, and it wasn't her car. It was the neighbor's car across the street.
He could have got away with it.
I know. But then, so I got a Snapchat today. Today, they finally are towing the car away, and it's been, like, more than a week. Like, It wasn't this past weekend. It was the weekend before. Yeah.
See, they would have never known.
That's
the move. You just drive away. Shh. I was like, what a move, brother. What a move. I would have never in the moment thought to do that. I would have just froze and been like, he had caught me.
But what?
But he just like smiled and went like this.
What if that was your car that he hit? Now it's all on your insurance and it's not your fault.
It was funny, so I'm gonna let it fly.
Yeah, it was funny, but bad karma, man.
It'll get him.
It'll bite him in the ass.
It'll get him somewhere.
He's got to donate a lot of blood in order to get rid of that karma.
You might not want his blood.
Maybe not. So yeah, that's funny.
You might not want his blood.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good story.
It was one of the weirder things that I've seen.
I feel like I've had a really weird week too, but I like couldn't even tell you.
It's just strange things. That's why I'm trying to keep track of it all now.
Like it's all a blur.
Just got to keep track of the weird things that happen.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got.
That's sure.
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, I think we should just highlight all the work that you've been doing on our YouTube channel. Full video episodes up on our YouTube channel. You got to like and subscribe. There are shorts there, which are really funny if you'd like a sneak peek into the episodes. Yep. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the camera all day. I'm looking at you. The other thing is we're trying to get better about posting on social media. So you can follow us on our Instagram, 630_network.
I think I'm going to make a second one.
I saw that.
I'm going to make a gray area one.
I saw that.
So that we have two.
I changed it to gray area. The Instagram?
Their Instagram? No, you changed the TikTok to gray area.
Yeah. I saw your little TikTok-y.
Yeah, I fucked it up because I spelled it wrong.
GRE.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then you can't change it for 30 days.
Yep.
So I'm just going to scrap it.
Gray with an A, not with an E.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to make a second. We'll make a second Instagram.
Yeah.
So we have two.
Yeah. And yeah, so on TikTok, we are the Gray Area Podcast on TikTok.
Yeah.
We got lots of new followers, lots of new people. So please like, share, comment, write in any content. We've got a vast array of backgrounds and knowledge, and we're fucking
not afraid to say
not
things.
afraid to say things
Not
at all.
afraid to say things.
All in good fun, all in comedy.
Yep. And if you're that guy who hit that car, you the man. You the man.
It's horrible.
I hope he does that all the time.
That's horrible. Was he in a big truck?
No, it's just like a little small, like sedan type car.
Oh, okay.
It was like such an experience that I really don't even remember what kind of car it was, as I'm just so focused on his stupid fucking face when he goes like this.
That's funny.
I was like, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
To Ben not being here.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben.
Woo!
Not drinking again for 3 years.
All right. Sounds good. Close this out.